Okay, welcome to my review of Star Trek First Contact. This is going to be one of my older style reviews, just record and upload. I'm in the middle of my biggest edited project to date, getting films ready for October so I can launch Montober with a handful of films in the bag. Probably about half of what I plan to do, but I was watching this yesterday. Well, the day before. Yeah, yesterday. I've been watching a lot of Star Trek the past couple days, but this movie is a movie that just. It always makes me feel optimistic. In fact, this isn't even going to be a review. This is just going to be me recommending Star Trek First Contact, because with everything going on right now, I think people can use a little optimism, and this movie could put a smile on a lot of people's faces. It deals with time travel, the Borg, which is great, and Picard and the gang having to protect First Contact, where Zefram Cochrane invents the first warp engine, does humans' first warp flight, and gets the attention of the Vulcans, and it ushers in a new golden age for humanity. And it's an amazing film all the way around. This is my second favorite Star Trek film, second only to The Wrath of Khan. But that it's just I can't what can I say? I'm recommending this film highly. It hits a lot of emotional beats. It even deals with issues like post-traumatic stress and revenge, where Picard is so traumatized by the Borg that he's out for revenge and he's not using his better head. And things turn dark in this movie before they get better, but what I like is just the idea that no matter how dark things get, at some point things are going to get better. And in this case, it's Zefram Cochrane's flight that makes things better for humanity. It's not. They're at a time when it's not long after World War III. There's a lot of cold, scared, hungry people out there, and Zefram Cochrane, who, ironically enough, despite being remembered as this great visionary, just wanted to invent the warp ship so he can get rich. And there's even nice exchanges in that where they have to tell him what happens to get to make the ship because a Borg attack damaged it, and he's ready to hang up his dream, and they're like, no, you have to have this ship fly tomorrow by this time because these people are going to be surveying the area, and once they discover humans have managed to fly faster than light, it's going to usher in a new golden age. And Zefram Cochrane, he finds out who he is in the future, and it terrifies him. He doesn't believe he is that man. And there's a great scene between him and Riker when they're talking about it, and he says, someone once said, don't try to be a great man. Just be a man and let history make up its own mind. And Zefram Cochrane laughs. He's like, something like, who would say something that stupid? And he said, you did 10 years from now. And it was like a moment of revelation for Cochrane. Meanwhile, while this is going on, you got the heavier stuff going on the Enterprise with the Borg. You have Picard mostly partnered with with someone that's with Zefram Cochrane, this girl named Lily, and you get a lot of great interactions with her. She's even the one in a great scene where she calls Picard out on wanting revenge, and she like throws it in his face like, so much for your evolved sense of mentality. And Picard gets mad and smashes his phaser rifle through a display of ships that had the name Enterprise. And then she calls him Ahab, and Picard has a moment of real elation. And go figure, my two favorite Star Wars movies borrow themes from the same book. And Picard quotes Moby Dick, and she's like, "What is that?" And he tells her, and she goes, "I never read it." And that's when Picard makes the decision, we have to destroy the ship. Data's been kidnapped by the Borg Queen and been having mind games trying to manipulate him, which I know the Borg Queen's controversial, and I would probably hate the Borg Queen if the actress didn't do such a phenomenal job, but I do love the Borg Queen, one of Star Trek's great villains. And you even get cool stuff there when he goes to save Data. Like, another scene I love is where, after calling Worf a coward, he apologizes and he goes, I owe you an apology, and I regret some of the things I said." And Worf's still mad, and he goes, "Some," and Picard tells him, "As a matter of fact, you may be the bravest man I ever met." And then Picard, because he still has some Borg implants in him, he hears Data call out to him, and we get the scene where it seems like Data has joined the Borg, and meanwhile the first warp flight is going on, and I find it hilarious that Zefram Cochrane has to play Magic Carpet Ride by Steppenwolf while taking off, which JJ proves rock music can work in a Star Trek film, but it has to be appropriate for the scene. Two, it has to be something a little more timeless than the Beastie Boys, and the rock music does not need to destroy enemy ships. You're an idiot. That's just, I hate new Star Trek. And I love too, like, just the scenes in space where it looks like Data fires the torpedoes at the Phoenix, but he calculates them to miss. Then he punches one of the coolant tanks for the warp drive, which destroys organic material, including the organic material planted on him, killing the Borg, and he helps kill the Borg Queen by pulling her off of Picard. And the movie settles here on this, where it becomes very beautiful and optimistic. You have some great exchanges. I love the scene when, once they get so far out and turn around, and Zefram Cochrane's like, "Is that Earth? It's so small." And Riker tells them it's about to get a whole lot bigger. And then when they get back, you have the Vulcan ship land, and this scene is just cinematic perfection. You have these people that you could still call cold, scared, and hungry, but they see this sense of wonder and amazement. We actually have a real alien life touching down right in front of us, and Riker even tells them they're going to want to meet the man that flew that warp ship, and the Vulcan comes out, does the live long and prosper, and Cochrane can't do it, and it's kind of a funny scene. In Endgame, you could have taken notes from this. This is humor without drowning out the emotional weight of the moment. It's a subtle little chuckle moment. And before they go off, Picard and Lily have a very touching final farewell where she tells him, "I envy you, the world you're going to." And Picard tells her, "I envy you taking these first steps into a new frontier." And they get on the Enterprise and go back to their time. And another thing I love is just the theme song, the theme music for this movie is just such a beautiful piece of music. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm going to link it in the description because this is something you have to hear. It's equally sorrowful and optimistic, and it keeps with the theme of the movie. Where just, whenever I see this movie, I feel optimistic. When I hear this music, it makes me feel optimistic, and in light of everything going on, I just think we can use a little optimism. So, if you haven't seen it, watch Star Trek First Contact. I think you'll enjoy yourself. If you have seen Star Trek First Contact, put it in again. It'll probably put a smile on your face you could use right about now. So, that being said, because this is a recommendation, not a review, I'm not going to rank this movie. Just see it. Based on how much you see I like it, I think you can pretty much guess it would get my highest rating if I gave it that. But Star Trek First Contact, go see it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Over and out.